Hello, welcome back everyone. Yeah, another match for Cash Indonesia Cup. We're gonna have WOAH0 against Nomiru this time around. It's gonna be seed 23 against seed 26. Very close seeds. A very interesting matchup coming up. But we're probably gonna see a couple warm-ups first. In general, this is fairly gonna be a very close match, I'd say. Nomiru doesn't seem too comfortable when it comes to combos, especially no mod. While WOAH0 also has a bit of struggle with some of the converts. Mostly DT2 or DT3 in this case. WOAH0 possibly gonna ban Hidden 3 right off the bat, or any low AR hidden on the current map pool. Nomiru may either ban one of the normal converts, or possibly any other option that involves a convert altogether. Possibly most of these picks gonna be specific in the mod side. Honestly, this is probably gonna be a huge competition when it comes to DT1 or DT2. Both of these players outperformed themselves on the qualifiers on DT1, and I also wouldn't be surprised if they were to ban one of those DTs. Actually, the while that I believe that they already started with the picks. I didn't pay attention to that. It seems like number one is be the map. It's gonna be picked first. WOAH0 will be winning that pick. I believe Nomiru did ban Hidden 2 if I remember correctly. Zero. Yeah, it seems like I was kind of right on that. EC1 was banned. That was Nomiru's ban, but WOAH0 ban Hidden 2. It kind of makes sense. Why would they go for DT1 ban? Although there is still DT2 on the map, which is kind of similar, but it's not the consistency map for DT. Getting right back into the map itself, we're already halfway through the map. Nomiru having a small advantage, just one miss away. both of them having the maximum capacity for combo, meaning any miss is gonna matter. WOAH0 is gonna find another miss, so the advantage is going into Nomiru's side even further. Gonna be very beneficial for them, especially when they're already reaching 1k combo. Also being able to recover, but unfortunately there's very little map left, although Nomiru is gonna find a miss, but that's not gonna impact much in this ending, as they're one miss away. I believe that if Nomiru does find yet another miss, this could be WOAH's point. The map is already over. Was pretty much too late for that. The Nomiru is gonna take this point. Gonna be the very first break point of the match. And Nomiru decides to pick Hidden 3. The Comfort Hidden. Even though this is not a OAR map, it's going to be a little bit hard to predict if WOAH0 is going to be able to face head-on Nomiru with the same type of combo or score. This is also a very short map. There's a lot of room for building a combo and missing out any of the fruits later on. But it is still important that both of these players get into that 200 combo mark as soon as possible before the harder part, although Nomiru is gonna find the very first miss right before reaching that 200 combo, possibly reaching the harder part of the map. Also, you're being able to get all these fruits but failing Nomiru as well. That's gonna give it WOAH0 a slight advantage. Now that WOAH0 has missed, let's see that. Possibly put Nomiru just one miss away from getting an advantage. This is the clear power of the map. As I already built that maximum combo, WOAH0 getting back to it. But Nomiru fails while trading. Keeping that combo intact, but unfortunately missing again, and WOAH0 going to give Nomiru an advantage. And we get another miss. Nomiru is gonna have the advantage when Nomiru trading in afterwards, reaching that score advantage, not being enough. You miss it right afterwards in this harder part. And WOAH0 missing at the end, but not being enough for Nomiru to claim that point. Causing a second breakpoint. As WOAH0 was effectively able to go against Nomiru head on. Now we're gonna see DT2. Another kind of expected pick from any of these players actually, outside of DT1. This time coming around from WOAH0. From here onwards, it's gonna be a little bit tricky to determine which picks are gonna be selected next. We're probably gonna see the DT convert. Outside of that, I'm not too sure. We still have no mod. We have one of the hiddens left, and Aura as well. While finding a very early miss. Also Nomiru playing with hidden. Capitalizing that 200 combo quite swiftly. WOAH0 unfortunately missing before that AI gets missing on thin air. But Nomiru is able to trade it back. Nomiru slowly is getting to the 200 combo mark. WOAH0 is struggling a little bit, although Nomiru does find another miss on that lighter section. More misses from WOAH0 are gonna give Nomiru a very solid advantage. Seems like unfortunately this is gonna be a pick coming out from WOAH0. Even though none of the players have combo left, there's not much you can do in this scenario. Seeing the third breakpoint, none of the players winning their own picks. Question is, what is Nomiru gonna pick in the next? So far we've only seen one of the combos being picked. But sooner or later that board is going to be forced into picking either converts. There's still 4 on the board, and also 3 specifics. Actually 4, counting the force mod. We're actually gonna see one of the converts being picked. Number 3. Now from Nomiru. Actually, I think I said the wrong thing, so my bad on that. This will be the gimmicky pick for the normal slot, not a convert. Convert still not being picked except for Hidden 3. But so far, both of these players have been maintaining their combo quite well on these 3T sliders. The difference in their act, anything separating them apart. But now Nomiru finds one miss. WOAH0 still holding strong. We're only halfway through the map. There's still enough room for WOAH0 to find a miss or two. Nomiru has to keep holding onto the combo and find another miss, otherwise this could be quite deadly. This scenario and mapping as Nomiru finds another miss, already setting that difference even higher for WOAH0. WOAH0 so far only finding a couple of drops. Not misses in general, but still holding really strong already at a 1-key combo, reaching the end of the map. In this scenario, I don't think there's enough time for Nomiru to recover, even if WOAH0 were to miss right now. I have to miss a couple times. I guess we're just gonna go with yet another breakpoint. See, we're getting a full FC, but still none of the players being able to win their own picks. Selecting their maps for each other. Finally gonna be able to see one of the horrors being picked, RO1 in this case. Consistency Horror. This will also be a very close matchup if I were to compare it to previous stats. So basically anyone could get this point. Finding one miss before reaching that console mark. WOAH0 being able to reach the too early to this target. They're gonna be able to hold into this lead. We get the very first TI, helping Nomiru build up that combo. Really being just one miss away. WOAH0 still holding very strong, achieving a double S before this half point of the map. Just as I say that, actually dropping one of these small droplets. They reaching that second part of the TI, and WOAH0 finding the very first miss on the map. While Nomiru still has that combo advantage. Slowly setting that advantage back into Nomiru's side, but unfortunately not gonna be the case. That WOAH0 is gonna keep holding combo, and Nomiru finding a miss very at the very end of that TI section, also finding another miss in that jumping pattern. In the score advantage, two misses away. Still some time left for Nomiru to recover, possibly WOAH0 from missing. Unfortunately, Nomiru is gonna miss yet again. 3 misses away. Not in a good position right now. WOAH0 even more of an advantage in space to miss one or twice. WOAH0 is not gonna find any misses in this final part of the map, claiming that very first point, finally achieving a point on their own pick. Immediately we see hidden 1 be picked, and now all the hiddens are out of the pool after this map. Starting off, already we see a very slip up coming from Nomiru. It was right before a 200 copper mark, finding 2 misses, not being able to reach that 200 combo mark just as WOAH0 is able to, just finding couple of misses. And unfortunately, Nomiru being able to get onto that 200 combo mark. Oh, WOAH0 is still not gonna give any signs of dropping any of the fruits. Although that score difference is just 2 misses away. For earlier, WOAH0 bring it out into 1. Already on that second key section, Nomiru holding stronger than ever. WOAH0 is slowly getting into that 200 combo mark, and again setting that score difference awfully closer to Nomiru's side, but being halted by that maximum capacity in WOAH's side, finding another miss, already setting that advantage to Nomiru, and now Nomiru has to keep holding on. unfortunately, Nomiru find a miss on the hyper. This is the hyper, but oh whoa! Missing at the beginning of the Ki, very last Ki of the map. Finding yet another miss is gonna be very beneficial for Nomiru, even though they don't have the maximum capacity combo. None of them do. That's gonna set them their advantage a little bit higher than one miss, but still very close for any slip-ups to happen and any changes in the score difference. As long as Nomiru is able to hold onto the combo, everything should be fine. They effectively get that score, getting the point on their own pick. And now for real this time, we are gonna see the Nova Convert being picked by WOAH0. But this map is also not alone. Nomiru, they find an earlier miss, and yet another one. But this is right after WOAH0 is their full combo and maximum capacity. Difference is hopefully looking to be surpassing 100k already. Haven't even been on the hardest part of the map yet. Nomiru not being able to hold on that much, as WOAH0 is able to hold those jumps and tricky parts. Finally dropping, but as for advantage being too solid already. A 200k score difference. Just being lower a little bit after that miss for being traded by Nomiru. The map is practically over. 200k score difference is already huge enough. They're gonna get that match point. Although there's still a chance for a comeback as Nomiru has to make their final decision on their very last map. This could either be a potential breakpoint or a tiebreaker. Yet another one throughout this whole weekend. Nomiru does their final decision and takes DT3 as their last map of the DT Convert. Great start off DT3. Nomiru picking hidden this one. They did talking shot. This would be a gamble. Possibly, so I'm not sure who's gonna get this point. The very first KI, WOAH0 find the very first miss was traded right after which by Nomiru. With them getting to around the combo mark. But still, it was enough to give Nomiru a very slight lead until they missed before that ending section. Now WOAH0 has the lead. Being able to hit the harder part, WOAH0 did not. Unfortunately, Nomiru finding another miss to trade for WOAH0's error there. And yet another mistake coming up from WOAH0 is gonna set, or not, or not gonna set the score difference to Nomiru's side. The score difference with a save played after that trade. Now getting a little bit intense as WOAH0 is finding an amazing Nomiru finding yet another one. He traded afterwards. That's where they think just being too far but too close at the same time. WOAH0 finding another miss. A Nomiru trading it. And now there's very little amount left. I don't know if there's gonna be enough time for a comeback for Nomiru. WOAH0 will have to find a slip up As this score difference is very close. They do find the slip of a Nomiru who trades it afterwards. This is still a very close match. No full combos on the board, but it's practically over. There was enough space or tricky patterns to counter those errors, those 10 misses from both players, and very low score from both of them, barely reaching that full combo mark. Very few occasions, but it was just enough for WOAH0 to claim that victory. Very well played from both players, but this time around, WOAH0 will be the winner. It will be moving on to the losers bracket next week. Well, Nomiru unfortunately will have to say goodbye to the tournament this time around. But still a very exceptional job for these players, almost provoking a tiebreaker. And that will also be the very last match of today, as the next match is gonna be tomorrow at 11 UTC. And this is also gonna be the very last match from the losers bracket. So the very few matches that are left this weekend are gonna be on the winners bracket. So hope you all stay tuned for those following them up.